Let's start with a quiz. All that evil needs to prevail is for good people to fill in the blank. Do nothing. That's why you're here. Are you fed up with City Hall?
Yes.
All right, let me tell you why I'm not a big believer in neighborhood councils, speaking of being fed up with City Hall. No. Don't run for the exits yet. To me, the neighborhood councils are a big decoy. Because they suck every politically aware person into this process where you think you're having some effect, and you go and say, pretty please, Mr. Council Member, will you listen to me? I am sick of that. How many people are on the city council?
15.
15. What is a majority? 8. How many city council members come up for re-election in March of 2009?
7.
Maybe.
7.
Hint, it was the same answer as to the last question. 8. 8. A majority of the city council seats come up for election in March 2009. You're thinking, so there's nothing we can do. They have so much money. What is, here's another, see, it's all quiz. This is audience interaction. Otherwise, you may as well read an essay, right? What is the number of votes that if you had had while running for city council last time around, you could have beat any of them?
5,000.
You will not be driving home in the new car today. The correct answer.
4,772.
That's wrong, many digits, but a good guess. If you had had 20,481 votes, just 20,000 in a city of 4 million, you could have beat any of them. That was what it would require to have a majority in the 11th district. What is the smallest number of votes you could have had and be a city council member today instead of having to beg these crooks to please listen to you?
4,700.
CD6.
Lower. Higher.
CD7. 4,772 votes would have got you a seat.
Yeah, 4,771 would have gotten you that one. Cardenas got in with 3,625 votes. Don't let these people mess with your head and tell you you can't take over. Yeah, 3,600 votes. And how many hours do you spend meeting, sitting in rooms like this, listening to people like me drone on? You could take over those seats. Yeah. You have the power. You have been treated like the elephants at the circus who, when they're very little, they have a big chain put around their leg and they think, I can't get this, I'm powerless. I can't do anything. And then when the elephant is big, they put a rope around its leg, and it is so conditioned thinking that it cannot move that a rope holds an elephant that could pull down the whole tent. Don't be brainwashed. I'm running for mayor, as I hope you know. I have a definitive platform. You may or may not agree with it, but it can be done. Guess how many votes it would take to have won in the primary in the last mayoral election without even runoff? Oh, go ahead and guess. You guessed before. There's no penalty. It would have taken about 225,000. Guess how many people were smart enough and informed enough to figure out that despite a $3.2 million misleading advertising campaign telling you it's a tax cut that we need to fund more police, guess how many people figured out Prop S was a scam and voted against it?
2.
Shout it out.
Yes.
How many total?
How many voted against Prop S? 239,000. 239. In other words, there are enough people out there who see through all the misleading advertisements, who are informed enough, who will step up to the plate and vote. I'm counting on getting the Prop S people. I hope you will try to get them too. And if there are 8 of you who are game to run, do you feel outclassed by who your city councilman is? No. You can do it. You've got common sense. You're more qualified than any of them there now. Gee, they have a huger budget. They don't count dollars on election day. They count votes. And each of these districts works out basically to a 5.5 mile by 5.5 mile square. You could walk every single house in your district and give them a photocopy from Kinko's. It costs 4 cents. If you got You know, you heard the numbers. If you got 3,600 votes, you could be a council member. Is this news to you?
Yes.
Is this exciting?
Yes.
Do we have any takers right now to run for city council? Yeah. Okay. I want those of you who are interested in running to contact me. You can email me, waltermoore@mayor.com, because you don't have to get treated like trash. You don't have to get treated like you're asking the king for a favor. We're the boss. We're the boss. They work for us. They seem to forget that because they just look at who writes the big checks. Villaraigosa going to Illinois, Ohio, Florida, New York. That is who is funding his campaign. London, I don't know if he's getting funded there. But I want you to email me, because think of also the economies of scale or synergy. I have somehow scared up enough money to actually get mentioned for a change in the LA Times, and I run ads. How nice would it be if, when people are pointed to my website, I get to say, by the way, here's a slate of people to whom you should contribute, because I can do some good as mayor, but you give me a majority on the city council and we can turn this city around.
That's right.
You won't have to be forming any more committees, writing any more reports that get thrown in this trash by some staffer after you've worked for hours to explain that, no, we really don't want our rates going up again and the profits transferred to the general fund. So realize how much power you have. Don't fall for the brainwashing, and of course send me lots and lots of money. I was shy about that. I ran before. I didn't ask for money. I thought, how tacky is that? I don't want to ask people. I wouldn't give some guy money. But I know now that without money, you are invisible. So when you run, ask for money too. You're not doing it for you. When I ask for money, it's not a favor to me. I have a job. The money doesn't go to me. The money goes to me trying to fix the city so I don't have to move to France, because I hate it here so much. I want to fix this city. I don't want to pack my stuff again, man. So help me with that. If you have any questions, I guess I can take them. Otherwise, go to my website. I'm here today. I've got Jamil's Law petitions that you can sign or that you can take, because the city council won't even... Your son gets murdered, and the city council is too busy to do that, too busy to even consider that, because they're on plastic bags and protecting Brittany. So thank you very much for your